welcome to Game 1 of the Grand Finals of the Discovery Cup number 3. In the bottom left, we have Norbashbash playing Infernal. In the top right, we have DouDouuu playing Infernal as well. Looks like DouDouuu opted for a fast iron vault, while Norbash is looking to do a quick expand into a shrine. We have both Hexens on the field doing their exploration. DouDouuu now setting up for a shrine expansion as well. Hexen here. Iron Vault goes down. Conclaves goes down for Norbash. And it's a Hexen battle. And DouDouuu returns back home. So with DouDouu's Iron Vault finishing up, he is able to get Brutes onto the field earlier. Let's see how that's going to affect gameplay. Alright, we got a sneaky imp from Norbash heading north. And it looks like he's taking a third at a minute 40. Absolutely savage. Absolutely savage. Alright. DouDouuu with 2 Brutes and a Hexen takes on the health camp. Just nearly at the same time as Norbash. Who's going to get it first? Yeah, DouDouuu gets it done first. Norbash not too far behind him. Norbash has a Gaunt, a Brute, and a Hexen. His production building's finished. DouDouuu also has a Conclave, so we can make Gaunts now as well. Supply is nearly dead even. DouDouuu puts down for a third as well. Norbash is much further along, but both playing under a very similar style. And DouDouuu taking the energy tower, while it looks like Norbash is looking to take down the vision tower. And it looks like DouDouuu is setting up to take the vision camp now on their side as well. Again, very even supply trading back and forth. One goes up, one goes up right after that. So, again, very similar play styles. Third's almost complete. Third complete for Norbash. It does get scouted out. DouDouuu's third does get scouted out by Norbash. Norbash forced to turn around and go home and take care of this. And now the Fiend would have to whack at it for quite a while for it to take anything, or to do any real damage. But it looks like it just sent back. DouDouuu sent back some Fiends to take care of that, while he tries to take the Vision Camp on Norbash's side. We got a Fiend going in. Norbash wants to push. Nope, just making sure he gains control, or keeps control of that Vision Camp. DouDouuu does return back home. And the macro game continues. DouDouuu is setting up just outside the Illuminite Tower. While Norbash kind of just gathers units in the middle. We do have a Fiend out on the field gathering information. making sure DouDouuu does not have a fourth yet. DouDouuu easily taking that Luminite camp, but a Fiend does find out where they are, giving Norbash that information. Norbash now looking to take their own Luminite tower. While DouDouuu heads towards the middle. DouDouuu with a slight supply lead. Could be all those Fiends. Is heading over to Norbash's third. Sitting outside it. Probably doesn't have vision from the ramp. Pushes up. Takes out one effigy. Takes out two effigies. It's hitting the meat camp. Norbash comes in from both sides. Brutes from the bottom. Gaunts from the top. A battle is happening. Lots of infest out on the side of Norbash. Two Magmadons come into the back. Norbash puts down a Shroudstone. This looks like a very even fight. There's lots of red here, not a lot of blue. They focus down the Shroudstone. Oh, more recruits. The backup comes in. Again, lots of infest on the side of Norbash's, but only a few on DouDouu's side. Norbash, using those tanky Magmadons up front, is pushing out DouDouuu from his third. No, not too much real damage. We got some effigies down, but looks like Norbash is looking to head up towards DouDouu's third. Tries pushing in with the Fiends, but they have the Shroudstone down. Everyone's there. Now he's pushing in. Alright, Magmadon and Brute push right past, go right for the Shroudstone. Fiends, Magmadon's hitting the Shroudstone, take it down pretty easily. Oh, big slow, it looks like, on all the infest on all of those imps. DouDouuu comes and meets him now. Lots of stomping. Lots of Shroud, lots of infest. We got one-on-one matches over here, Magmadon, but then two friends join the fight. Gaunts are plucking away at him, but they just don't seem to do as much damage to the high-health Magmadons. Magmadons are pushing in, stomping everywhere. Yeah, just eating those Gaunt hits. They do have Plague Axes, but they need to be on Shroud when they're getting hit, or they will not get infested. Same thing with Norbash. They have Plague Axes and Reaper's Rush, so those Gaunts are a little bit faster. DouDouuu sets up a couple meat farms as defense to stop the push-in, but that doesn't stop Norbash. He says, my Magmadons want to come to this party, and they have a stomp party. Gaunts hitting from the outside. Magmadon's trying to hold from the top side. Magmadon's hitting and infesting. Lots of infest everywhere. That means Fiends are going to get spawned for both sides. Just really good usage of all these units. A lot of Magmadons, lots of Gaunts. We got a Magmadon up top just picking off imps. He is going to get soloed by the entire army of DouDouuu. It's okay. Norbash pulls back a little. He does have the supply lead, and he does have a couple Hellborn entering the fight as well. Or entering the army. Not quite the fight yet. Pulling back, doing a little regrouping. Going to do a little more creeping. Getting everything set up. Does have a fourth down. That's about halfway through. DouDouuu still just on 3. And Norbash is holding in this position, just watching to see when DouDouuu takes a fourth. Also a proxy shrine for these Therium patches. Alright, small army is taking out the energy camp, energy tower, while the rest of the army starts setting up and moving forward. meaning at the high third. Ooh, DouDouuu did pop the siege tower, procking a V5 rocket launcher to hunt down and seek out the enemy. And now I think it just locks onto the closest enemy, and that just happens to be this fiend out middle of nowhere. It's probably going to clean that up quite easily. Yep, one shot takes him out. But now it is going to hunt down and find the army. We got bottom of the river, top of the river fight right here. A little bit through the trees. Fiends go up along the north side. Fiends push straight north. They are not worried about the fight at all. Magmadon stomping through that forest. Takes it down like a chopping company in the rainforest. We got Hellborns shooting. Magmadon stomping. Lots of gaunts in the back for DouDouuu. Magmadons just are so tanky. Norbash is pulling back on their own shroud. DouDouuu is chasing. Stomps go down. And stomps go down from the other side as well. Absolute stomp party. They do have the upgrade, Demon Hoof Tremors, that does stun when they're stomping. Fiends now come into the fight. Don't pull back. DouDouuu has Hellborns of his own. We got Norbash on Shroud, so he is getting his white health back, while DouDouuu is not. DouDouuu pushing, trying to take that third again. Hellborns just start rocketing those comets. Big balls of fire. Both sides, we got a Shroudstone drop on Norbash's side. Norbash seems to have the larger army, and the numbers would agree with that. 176 to 132. Higher in supply. The Fiends created from Infest are actually just picking away at these Hellborn. Hellborn are much better at structures and heavy units. And with that, DouDouuu taps out. GG's for game one, going to Norbash. Now, Norbash already had one because they were coming from the winner's bracket. They haven't lost yet, so they had a one-game advantage in this series. Norbash also getting a dragon out, so that would have substantially helped them in the fight if it was close at all. All right, we're going to head to the next game. See you there. All right, game two on Broken Crown. In the top right, we have DouDouuu in the blue, again dropping their Iron Vault nice and early, sending out their Hexen. In the bottom left, we have Norbashbash, who sending their Imp straight down to expand, getting there before the Hexen has a chance to really do anything. We got a Skull of Sheda out for Norbash, doing a little exploring. Hits an Imp that is going down and making the expansion shrine. DouDouuu heading home after seeing everything they needed to see. Iron Vaults and Conclave go down for Norbash. Very exact same build as last time. Looks for both players. Meat farm down. Don't want to get supply blocked. Alright, where is this cheeky little imp going? Forward Conclave. Nothing wrong with that. We got one imp working the Therium mines, another one joining him, so they are able to build those gaunts. Alright, Norbash took out some trees, did a little logging before dropping their third back through the tree line. I think this one's a bit easier to defend, but I feel like down here is the more natural third. But I do see players favoring this. It does seem to be real close, no ramp between the bases, so could be easier to defend. There's only really one entrance, one ramp for them to come up, so yeah, definitely easier for them to defend. Norbash heading over, it looks like, to the health camp. DouDouuu on the side of Norbash, attacking their speed camp. Norbash does not know. No vision over here. Could give them a slight Luminite advantage if they can take this advantage to their side. They pick up the speed camp and hightail it back home. Norbash. And now what you'll see in the series and other games I streamed from Norbash, they do a really good job using these effigies to spread their shroud. Norbash sends a fiend over to retake that camp, but those lost minerals, those lost luminite, they can never get back. Alright, Norbash setting outside the vision camp. And a third goes down for DouDouuu as well, through the trees. Ooh. One of the shadow demons took out a brute, turning them into fiends. And looks like DouDouuu is taking out the health camp on their side now as well. Norbash did send a fiend to gather information on the third location for DouDouuu. He now has that and is gathering their army on the shroud just outside their second, on the lower level. More brutes joining the fight. Looks like we are getting a Hellforge, so we can get that Stompy Stun upgrade. And now Norbash going on the side of DouDouuu, taking their vision camp, while DouDouuu gets their own speed camp. So a little trade of resources. DouDouuu's fiend sitting right outside it. Ooh, maybe this could be a fight. Nope. Not going to turn into a fight. DouDouuu does send two fiends in, which are going to be taken out very quickly. Norbash regrouping. Slight supply lead, just 11. Both players using their Animus well. Well, I don't know if it's well, but they are using it. Looks like the Demon Hoof Tremors are being researched on the side of Norbash. Hellforge not quite out for DouDouuu yet. But let's see, do they have... They do have Plague Axes. Both sides do, so that's important. So if they hit, the gaunts hit enemy on shrouds, they do become infected. They get infested. Alright, DouDouuu setting out right side the ramp of Norbash. Norbash gathering the army. DouDouuu looking to push up it. Norbash is right there. DouDouuu changes their mind, takes out an effigy. Not quite ready to commit. Another Magmadon joins the fight. Now willing to push up. Stompy Boy's going to stomp. No stun on that, so they can keep hitting. A lot of infest around. A lot of infest on both sides. Magmadon gets taken out. Oh, Norbash's own Magmadon joins the fight. Helps take out another Magmadon. That back gaunt line, it is just swinging for the fences. Hitting everything they can. They do end up backing up. Norbash still has a Magmadon on his side. One hero gaunt. Nope. Hero brute goes in trying to save the day. Gets taken out quite quickly. Norbash does a stomp of dominance. DouDouuu left with just gaunts and a Hexen returns home, healing up at their heal camp. Norbash does a good job using fiends for information, sends them out. Looking to... Thought they were going to steal the camp, but nope, just using it for pure information. Norbash still chilling at the top near DouDouuu's vision camp, handily ahead in supply. Nearly 30 supply over DouDouuu, but DouDouuu pumping out units now, closing that gap. Hellborn, I think they're like 8 supply, so that's a good way to catch back up. Also, they recently got a buff in the most recent patch, and are able to hit a lot harder now. Units, a little less harder on buildings, little harder on units, especially heavy units. They get plus 30. making them a bit more viable. I feel like they were very niche before, great at taking down structures, not so great in a fight. This makes them a lot more viable. I have been seeing them a lot more on the ladder. All right, both sides gathering their army. Norbash out there creeping. We do a 4th down and up for Norbash. And Norbash does have a fiend over here waiting for DouDouuu to drop their 4th. Oof, again, that gap, 30 to 40. I feel like it's growing on Norbash's side. Them having a lot of buildings for production. I don't see quite as many on DouDouu's side. Also with their extra shrine, able to get more resources. So they're going to be able to expand their army a little bit more, a little bit faster. We got a fiend over here checking for... Really wants to deny the 4th. Norbash does not want them to expand beyond the 3. Fight is happening at the ramp. Effigy gets dropped. Stompy boys stomp in. It's an absolute stomp party on both sides. Both sides have the stun. I feel like Norbash has a slight advantage being on the top. Those Magmadons easily handle. We got more Magmadons coming from the outside for more Norbash. Here comes the Hellborn. Where is it? Yeah, plus 30 versus structure, plus 30 versus heavy. Range 14. That's an insane range. Norbash pushing right up into DouDouu's 3rd. We got Shroud Stones down. We got Gaunts hitting behind. Iron Vaults coming up. Stompy boys stomping in. Norbash is not letting off the gas. They're going for broke. Taking out another Shroud Stone. Magmadon's up in front, just face tanking those Gaunts. Absolutely just getting tickled by them. We do have a Hellborn on DouDouu's side, throwing in the mix and hurting quite a bit more because Magmadons are considered biological and heavy, so that plus 30 damage does help. We got a Magmadon for DouDouuu, goes right in the middle of Hellborns and Magmadons. That is a nice conclave of Gaunts on DouDouu's side. They are forced to pull back. Both sides pull back, but Norbash definitely came out higher with 136 supply versus DouDouu's 84. Oh gosh, look at that splash damage. That was 3 shots from Hellborn. DouDouuu just taking it to the face, calls out a GG. Again, the supply told the story. Very close, very good battles. Great fights on both sides. All right, this is game 3 of the best of 7 of the grand finals, grand finale of the Discovery Cup number 3. This was hosted by TOTS Snaps. In the top right, we have DouDouuu, who is blue again, dropping their Iron Vault and heading over to the Shrine expansion. In the bottom left, we have Norbashbash, not quite moving their Hexen yet, getting their Shrine out, their double imp for their Conclave Iron Vault. Here's the Iron Vault, there's the Conclave Classic. That's all DouDouuu needed to see, and they churn back home. We did have a little movement on the Hexen now. On the side of Norbash, this is Secluded Grove, named for this center area that is secluded and very resource heavy. We got a Conclave going down for DouDouuu. Again, very, very similar builds. This is going to be like a minute 30. Minute 33 third. Absolutely savage. I don't know if that's greedy or if that can get punished somehow, but absolutely savage. I'm going to have to try that. I'm going to try getting a third down at a minute 33. All right, we got a couple Gaunts, a Brute, and a Hexen. We're heading towards the health camp on the side of DouDouuu. We have 2 Brutes and a Hexen. Throwing out their skulls, getting their fiends. Same thing on Norbash's side. Getting those skulls out, getting those fiends. All right, health camp. DouDouuu squeaked out the health camp a little bit faster, but they do start with an Iron Bolt, so they do get Brutes onto the field a little bit faster. Norbash sending out their Fiend to do a little scouting, while DouDouuu heads over to the Vision Camp. Norbash, again, I said it last game, but their Shroud spreading through the effigy is absolutely wonderful. Both sides taking on the Vision Camp. DouDouuu takes it a little bit faster. DouDouuu has their third down, almost 70% of the way done. Norbash is already done and has mining imps on it. Both setting up outside their energy camp. And I think Norbash started this one a little bit faster. They're gonna take it a little bit faster. There we go. And again, using the fiends for information. Norbash is wonderful at that as well. Gathering, and when Infernal are sitting on Shroud, they gain this white health over time, slowly over time. So if they're not doing anything and they don't have full white health, sitting on Shroud is just so good for them. It just gives them an extra shield above their health. All right, it looks like Norbash stole the health camp on DouDouuu's side with a Fiend, and DouDouuu takes it right back, letting a couple of his units heal back up. All right, looks like we're getting a proxy shrine, literally as close as you could to the Therium mine. Again, another Fiend going out. Oh, just sitting right here. It will be a small alarm system if DouDouuu chooses to push down this lane. Norbash looking at taking out the Luminite Tower. And handles it quite easily with the tower size they have. Have about a 9 supply lead. Jumping up a little bit more. Well, DouDouuu sits at 58. He is supply blocked, or very close to supply blocked. Needs a meat farm to go down. Oh, coming up right now. That's going to free up some supply. Letting them catch right up to the supply. Nearly even. Again, very similar play styles, very similar build styles. So for the grand finale, I thought this was a really, really good matchup. So like sparkles. There's just sparkles in the sky. Sorry, I'm distracted. Again, Norbash setting up his army, getting that white health. Has lots of information fiends, is what I like to call them. This could almost be an information effigy. It's so far forward, and if it gets hit, it will alert Norbash. Oh, but what do I got over here? Oh, a Harbinger from DouDouuu. Sneaking in, full of 2 Stompy Boys, 2 Magmadons. He drops down. They stomp. They do not have the stun. Don't know if they were able to get any imps. Maybe one, and maybe a Fellhound. Fellhog, I apologize. But not super successful. He returned back home. Norbash taking the opportunity to push forward. The full army is there, so he's backing up. But he did force that Harbinger home. So it did not get much done. Good job taking that opportunity. Good job pulling those imps. I would not have handled that nearly as well. All right. Supply nearly perfectly even. Again, DouDouuu supply blocked. You need to get some meat farms down. You got one here, another here. That should open up some supplies shortly. We got a fourth going down for Norbash. And Norbash heading over to take the health tower again. Does it tell me the level of these guys? Because these are definitely a level 2 health shrine, but the size of the army is getting taken out easily. More information fiends on the map. Oh, this information fiend in the bottom right sees an imp heading towards what would be DouDouuu's fourth. Drops a Shroud Stone instead. Fiend does not have enough damage to take it out. Especially if 2 more Fiends of DouDouuu's join the fight. But forcing the whole army down there. Is he going to cancel and turn it into a shrine? No, he's going to leave it, send another imp down to become a shrine, having a little more defense. Supplies nearly even, less than 10 supply separates both of these teams. Norbash, not wanting to waste any time, takes the Vision Camp for a little extra resource generation from killing the neutral creep camps and a little more vision. All right. Ooh, DouDouuu taking out the trees that are looking at Norbash's fourth. Shroudstone is not completely up yet, and they easily take that out. They are focusing the shrine. One imp over there gets taken out pretty fast. Shrine is at half health, and with the Hellborn hitting it from the back is taken out quite easily. Norbash gathering up his army, ready to take this fight on. Brutes in the front, Gaunts on the side. We got Hellborn kind of in the front. Oh, it is a mass. It is a big surround with Stompy Boys dancing in the middle, looking for a dance partner. They really want to focus those Gaunts. But they are in the middle, hitting both sides. Hellborn on the outside, just spamming on them. Gaunts able to push him back. That Hellborn does find some Gaunts, but gets stunned. Norbash does have the stun on his side for the Stompy Boys, forcing DouDouuu to pull back. Supply lead, 80 difference now in Norbash's favor. Almost 100. 100 now. Norbash not looking to squander this advantage. He's gathering his army right outside the Vision Camp. He could take this, get a little more information. Oh, wow, that Stompy Boy just pushed those Shadow Demons around. Look at the Vision Camp. One Fiend in there for, again, a little more information. Has the army. And looking to just push in. See what happens. Gaunts in the front. Brutes start taking in. Charging in. DouDouuu pushes back. Funneling them through the production. Shroudstone gets taken out. Stompy Boys up in front for Norbash. Stompy Boys moving in for DouDouuu. Hellborn just huddled up in a corner, protecting themselves, smashing everything with their 14 range, can hit nearly everything, taking out buildings, splash damage on those Gaunts. Norbash has so many Magmadons up here, taking out imps, Gaunts, flooding in more. Again, over 100 supply lead. All DouDouuu really has is these Gaunts in the back. Oh, a couple of Hellborn. Scare away one Magmadon, allowing him to walk away. Nope, take him out. But GG is called. Norbash does take this game, sweeping the grand finals of the Discovery Cup number 3. Really good job, both teams. It's definitely... There were more Infernal that joined this tournament than... And there's 2 Vanguard and maybe one or two Celestial. So the fact that it ended in an IVI kind of makes sense, but there were a lot of good matches, and not as many IVI mirror matches as I thought there would be. So congrats to Norbashbash. Congrats to DouDouuu for making it to the grand finals. Super fun tournament to watch. Super fun to cast. Really happy to be a part of it. And congrats to everyone who watched, participated, played, and supported the community. Appreciate everyone. Thanks for watching.